What is up, guys? Welcome back to episode 3 of the Friar Frenzy podcast. As you know me, as Jackson Furman, I also do partially run, Friars News. Yes, I know it's been a while since I had an episode come out, and we finally got one coming out. So, a lot going on. A lot going on in San Diego right now. Between Dylan Cease, Tatis Jr., what has to change? Is this pitching becoming a problem? I'll start with Dylan Cease. Obviously, we acquired Dylan Cease back in prior to last season, thinking that this could be a big help to the pitching staff, and not so much. The inconsistency from Dylan Cease has probably been really insane. Obviously, through that no-hitter last year to giving up 9 runs to the Athletics. I don't know why I said Oakland. I mean, we've seen it all. Yes, Dylan Cease does have his moments. He has great pitches. But it's not working. And my belief is that his time in San Diego is coming to an end. He hasn't looked all that great. Like I said, he has his moments. But too many pitches up in the zone, just easy to hit, lollygag in there. Like, what is he doing? You betting on games and you purposely throw? Like, this isn't the Dylan Cease compared to what he was like in Chicago. It's not. And it sucks because you feel like you gave up quite a bit. Iriarte, I really liked getting rid of him. Thorpe, I was questionable about it. I did like Thorpe, but obviously flipping him, it was a little made me a little nervous. He didn't look all that great in Chicago at first. I don't know if he's still up in the majors or not, but I'm really starting to not like this trade. It's starting to feel like it was just a waste, and it was desperate before the season started, and shortly before the season started. Oh, how do I feel going on about this? And obviously, there was talks of Dylan Cease and Michael King being traded in the offseason. It didn't happen. They decided to hang on to him. But I'm really starting to believe that Dylan Cease could be on the move come deadline. If it's not the deadline, I don't see him on the team next year. Unless he really, really turns it around here in the next couple months. I don't see it. Which sucks. I like Dylan Cease. I really do. But hurting the ball club, inconsistency, he'll look good and then he'll sell again. And it's just continuous. Get your hopes up and then shatter your dreams. Get your hopes up, shatter your dreams. I'm not liking it so far. And from the jump of the trade, yeah, I was like, this is going to help. But it felt like we overpaid for it. And it's not helping. It's not helping at the end of the day. So, yeah, I don't know what much to say. I, I'm just lost of words of Dylan Cease. I said I'd like to see him stay in San Diego. But you can't keep a guy who struggles constantly pitching. So that's where I stand on that. And if you guys have any comments, let me know. But as of right now, I really hate that trade coming here now in the middle of 2025. So, yeah, not very impressed with that one. Moving on. Tatis Jr., the recent slump. Yes, Tatis Jr. did start the season batting over 350. And I believe that took about a whole point dip. He's down in like 260s, I believe. Personally, I don't know what really happened. I haven't been able to watch too many games. But I saw the dip in that average and kind of took a look at the highlights and kind of see where he was at. It's not a good slump, but it is a slump that everyone's going to get a lot of the times. It sucks, especially from your superstar. He does lead the team though in home runs still. Not a great stat to look at. Uh, but yeah, I mean, he was looking like a runaway train for the NL MVP the first few months of the season, and he's just been hit with that slump now, and it's kind of making me nervous if it continues to keep going on. Just something needs to change in his approach, stance. What is it? Um, Making me a little nervous, but obviously he's a major league player. He gets paid big bucks. He trains. He's going to figure it out. Um, Eventually, or whenever that time is. But as of right now, it's making me really nervous on that end. For Tatis, good player. He's just gotta figure out how to get through it all and continue to battle. Uh, but the main thing is him at the top of the order, and you feel like right now that where the team stands, it feels inconsistent offense, not scoring a lot of runs. Mike Schilt maybe needing to maybe take a look at it and be like, hey, like you need to slide down the order or figure it out type thing. Because you want your leadoff hitter to be on. And that's where I think Luis Arraez is also having not the greatest season as well. Coming off that injury, that scary injury up in Houston on Easter. Glad he was okay on that, by the way. But yeah, him too. Just seems kind of dead. That Manny Machado is batting .317 on the season. He has the team leading hits at 72, I believe, or something like that. I don't remember. So Manny Machado, he's looked great. He's been shy of nut. He's been spectacular. Jackson Merrill, since coming off, he's taken a big dip in his average a little bit. I don't remember what he's at now, but I think like 331 after yesterday, so I might have took a little dip. But again, Jackson Merrill's still a very consistent hitter. Finds ways to get on for the guys behind him. Batting in the cleanup last few games, I think. And yeah, Fernando's got to figure it out, especially if you want to stay at the top of the order and when we need it. So I'm really hoping he can figure it out here in the next couple weeks, or else I may get a little concerned about it. Other than that, not much to say on Tatis. His slumps happen, and he'll figure it out. Gavin Sheets is also, if you look at the batting average, you don't really see eye-popping numbers, but he has a team leading RBIs, I think, at 38 this season. 4 RBIs in his last 7. Gavin Sheets is arguably probably one of the best signings we've had in a little bit. And that's coming off just a minor league contract that we gave him. Broke camp by mashing home runs in spring training. He has 11 home runs on the season, 2 behind Fernando Tatis Jr. for the team lead. I've been impressed with him. Yeah, the batting average has not been eye-popping, but it's definitely impressed me in some ways. He gets on. You know, he can be a threat when he comes out to the plate. Nice swing. Good lefty off the bench if need be. I really like him. I've always liked him, and I always saw potential in him, even with Chicago. Obviously, he was on that historical bad team last year and batted .230 or something. He's up to 262, so he's up 0.3 ticks, which is, I mean, it's an improvement, especially for a young guy. He's still young, still kind of learning, and when you come up in the White Sox organization, you can't expect to, just jump immediately. So, yeah, I think he's doing well. Team in general is batting 249 as a team entering today. That is 13th best in Major League Baseball. Earned run average is still, it has took a higher dip, went up a little more in recent, up to 355 entering today. And the Padres sit at 35-26 on the season, which you can argue is not, I mean, it's ideal. Hanging in there in the division, so I like where that's going. Dog days of summer is coming up. We've entered June and kind of gotten a good look at players that may not work out and players that definitely need to stay. Players across the league that we can look into. What moves have to be made. At this point, I want to look at starting pitching. Starting pitching kind of looks rough as of right now. You signed Kyle Hart. He's been banged up, banged around, sent down, brought back up, struggled in a no decision, I believe, against Miami. Steven Kolick has looked pretty good. But, I mean, what needs to change? There's too many walks in the pitching staff. Pivetta looked really good at first, kind of settled down. Michael King, I'm not sure how Michael King's exactly doing. Probably still at least decently well. Bullpen's always been pretty good. Robert Suarez still dealing. But something has to change, and I feel I say this every year where we need to go get an arm, and then it turns into a disaster. I don't know. I say this is probably the third year I've said this. We need pitching. I said it. It seems to be an issue a lot. It seems to have a good start, and it seems like it has its ups and downs. This is where we really miss you, Darvish. This is where we miss Joe Musgrove. But Dylan Cease isn't performing. Kyle Hart didn't perform. Randy Vasquez has his shaky. He's inconsistent. I mean, you're not getting Musgrove back this year. And God forbid, are you even going to get you Darvish back? We don't know. We got guys like Steven Kolick in the rotation. We had guys like, I think is Ryan Bargett, or whatever his name was, started a game and a spot start. It's banged up. It's really banged up. And when you look at it and you understand, we don't know what to do. Like, this team's kind of all out of sorts. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I say this every year. And you go out and get guys, and then they disappoint. And how do you want to approach it? Will the Pirates move Paul Skeens? Probably not. But fuck. I know damn well Paul Skeens ain't going to be inconsistent. Throw the whole fucking house at him. I don't care. Bring Paul Skeens to San Diego. I don't care. Do whatever it takes. Gosh. But yeah, no. Like I said, we need pitching. I don't know what it is. Every year it seems like we need pitching. And we need a pitching again in 2025. It's that simple. Which pretty much leads us to this question. Obviously, left field helped too. Padres obviously frustrated with the lack of production in the outfield. Between those left fielders, between Hayward, Connor Joe, obviously got dealt already. He's gone. Ornelas didn't really perform when he was up. Gonzalez wasn't good. Jason Hayward's been mediocre. Iglesias completely outfield. I mean, Iglesias is okay. It's a struggle out there. Man, when you surround your guys with Merrill and Tatis, yeah, you want to get it. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how to look at it. I don't get pitching and call it a day. Do something. It's going to have to change. That's just how it's going to be. Which basically led me into the next problem, pitching becoming a problem. And I think everyone would agree with me. It really is. And it sucks. And it sucks to say. I'm not going to say it's all on the pitching. The offense has been really inconsistent itself. But pitching can't help if you're giving up so many runs a game. But what do I know? I'm just a fan. So, yeah, basically leads us into the final thing with to Jarren Duran. Yes, the Padres have been showing interest in Jarren Duran, just like last season's offseason. Obviously, that was before we made the decision to rock with Jackson Merrill. Obviously, we had Profar last year, so that wasn't the issue. I like Jarren Duran. I really do, and I think all the hate towards him with like his fielding, his rookie and second year, I really like this guy. He's batting .274 in the year, 75 hits, 13 stolen bases. He has, I think, $1 worth of quarters of home runs, 4. So yeah, obviously the Padres obviously showing interest in Red Sox outfielder Jarren Duran, as I said. San Diego's recently expressed their frustration with the left fielder's lack of production. Jarren Duran would fit this role perfectly for San Diego, but the question is, what would you give up to acquire a young superstar like Jarren Duran? Personally, whatever it takes. Obviously, just do not give up Ethan Salas or Leo DeVries. Those are guys that have to stay. That's the future of the San Diego Padres. How do you make a deal like this happen? How do you problem solve to fix your left fielder help? How do you even get a deal like this done for a guy that's young and could possibly be the Red Sox future? Get it done. If you get this deal done, personally, I would like this. I believe he still has some club control. If you have to give up a little more than you need to, do it. Jarren Duran, people will sit here and probably argue with me and say that he's so inconsistent, he's so hard-headed. Yeah, he's hard-headed, but that man's been through so much. At the end of the day, he's been producing very well for the Red Sox. And I know those numbers aren't too eye-popping, but he's electric. He can be electric, and that's what I like about Jarren Duran. And I think this is a perfect opportunity for San Diego to grab a guy like Jarren Duran, a guy you can probably get on a cheap 2-3 year extension and keep him around and potentially hit a big payday. I would personally love this trade for San Diego. And if it takes giving up a few top prospects, it is what it is. Just do not get rid of Ethan Salas, and do not move Leo DeVries. Whatever it takes, get the deal done. Get Jarren Duran in a Padres uniform, and I feel like that's going to be the best scenario for San Diego. If that's the only move we have to make, get a few bullpen or starting pitcher. I mean, come on. That just sounds like a very good trade deadline. Get it done, and call it there. So, other than that, I don't really have much left to say. Obviously, the Padres have struggled in their moments, but we'll figure it out eventually. So, anyways, thank you for joining us for episode 3. Again, you can find me at Friars News or Friar Frenzy Podcast on Instagram. If you aren't followed yet, make sure to drop a follow. And we will see you guys next time. It's been Jackson, and we out.